Dark Pekka Lightning Control Decks, Clash Royale. Best with Mini Pekka and Inferno Dragon.
هلا اجا الزعيم العظيم.
Hey, welcome everyone. On my channel, Best Deck series continues on GWC, and this time I will show you my best Dark Prince Pekka Lightning Control deck. Before I start this guide, if you have best deck that good in challenges and ladder, so you can send me your deck, and your deck guide is my next video. To help other players, for more information see the description, and if you want to join my clan tag is 22JQJCGLR. So you can send your best replays. If you are new on my channel and you like to watch my videos, then subscribe to my channel. Anyways, let's start the guide. This deck works very well in challenges. In this deck we have double Pekka and Dark Prince that make this deck more defensive. If there is one change in this deck and very powerful against air decks. So in this video I show two decks gameplays with Mini Pekka and with Inferno Dragon. This time I put both deck replays. I always put ladder gameplay to better understand how this deck works. I always start with cards breakdown section, to overview card for how you can play card according to this deck, and what strategies are used in this deck. Then game plans for this deck, some useful tips and tricks, matchups for other archetype, pros and cons for this deck, and conclusion for this deck. So in this deck we have Pekka, Ice Spirit, Mini Pekka, Lightning, Ice Wizard, Elixir Collector, Zap, and Dark Prince. And second deck is Pekka, Ice Spirit, Inferno Dragon, Lightning, Ice Wizard, Elixir Collector, Zap, and Dark Prince. So, star cards breakdown section. Pekka is the main win condition of this deck. Obviously she is excellent against giant and golem decks, which is extremely popular in the current metagame. Since she has a very high elixir cost, I don't play her until the double elixir time unless I have at least one elixir collector on the ground. But many situations you can put Pekka as a defensive unit against heavy tanks. But in this deck you have double Pekka, you not need to use Pekka on defense. I usually place her at the back so I can have enough elixir to launch the big push when she is about to cross the bridge. You can use Dark Prince behind the Pekka to support Pekka. Ice Spirit is one of the best cards at the moment. It is smaller version of freeze. It provides a huge advantage with the Dark Prince. It freezes everything for 2 seconds. Ice Spirit is excellent against miner, sparky, giant. It also deals nice damage to help your Ice Wizard finish off the enemy support troops. On offense, Ice Spirit is also super helpful when coupled with Mini Pekka. A deadly Mini Pekka plus Ice Spirit counter push is enough to finish off a half HP tower. Elixir Collector is probably the most important card in this deck. It runs the deck. It gives you a huge elixir advantage and forces your opponent to attack first. Try to protect it at all cost. Before the double elixir time, have at least one elixir collector on the ground before using your Pekka. Dark Prince is a must in this deck since he can easily take out ground swarms, the nightmare of the Pekka. The reason I use Dark Prince instead of Valkyrie is that he can easily push the Pekka faster. Zap is one of most handful spells in Clash Royale. I don't know what I can do without it. Zap is excellent at taking out small units such as skeletons, spear goblins, distracting your Pekka. Zap is great with the couple with Ice Wizard as it deals good damage to minion horde and barbarian, so the Ice Wizard can finish off them in just a few hits. Great at dealing with Inferno Tower when there are too many targets for you to use the Lightning is the surprising part of this deck. It does great damage to the opponent tower and his key cards nearby. I usually use Lightning to kill Cannon, Musketeer, Inferno Tower, Ice Wizard or Mini Pekka when needed. Sometimes I use Lightning to finish off towers. The stun effect it provides is excellent against Sparky and Double Prince. Mini Pekka is another extremely versatile card in the current game meta after the huge buff. Mini Pekka is the best tank killer at the moment. Hate Hog, Giant, Royal Giant, Miner, Musketeer, no worries cause Mini Pekka is here. Mini Pekka plus Ice Wizard is one of my favorite defensive combos. This combo is insane against most ground pushes. If you have Lumberjack, don't hesitate to replace Mini Pekka with him. Lumberjack is even better in this deck due to his rage effect. Rage plus Pekka locking onto the tower equal a good game well played. If you are not playing with Mini Pekka, then use Inferno Dragon. This guy has got better over time, and right now is pretty balanced. Inferno Dragons can play offensively or defensively for you in this deck, and this card is a method of crushing Hog Riders. When I place a Pekka, the opponent tries to trick me by playing Hog on the opposite lane, but guess what? He having trouble with an Inferno Dragon. Ice Wizard. Ice Wizard is better than Princess in this deck since recently buff, and he slows everything down, gives you more time to save up Elixir, helps your Dark Prince coming from behind a good distance to make sure he gets the double damage effect. He works as a moving defensive building. Excellent against Hog Rider, Giant, Royal Giant, Pekka, Barbarians, Minion Horde. General gameplay. In 1 Elixir. I always try to get my Elixir pump down before doing anything else. After I get my pump down, I try to put my Pekka down, then my Ice Wizard, then Dark Prince, which counters the counters to the Pekka. During the push, I always try to at least have 6 elixirs in the push for the lightning to take out opponents' Ice Wizards, Musketeers or defensive buildings. If you were able to get a tower from the push, defend as best as you can, and since Pekka, Mini Pekka, Ice Wizard, Ice Spirit, Inferno Dragon are beasts at defending, your opponent will have a tough time taking a tower. If your opponent starts with a giant from the back, start a Pekka from behind the king tower, as Pekka destroys the giant so fast, then you can start a huge counter push which would be hard to stop mid-game or double elixir time. And if your first push wasn't able to get a tower, I try to get as many pumps down until double elixir time and start the same push and try to get the tower below 700, as 2 lightning can take out the tower. If your opponent is also using a Pekka deck, use your lightning on their pumps unless they're using Pekka 3 Musketeers, so they can't build as big of a push as you. And since most people who use Pekka to counter Pekka, you can cycle and place down another Pekka before they can, sense they don't have pumps, and you can overwhelm them. If your opponent is using a Hog Rider or a Royal Giant deck, just use Mini Pekka and Ice Spirits or even Ice Wizard if necessary. Against matchups for other archetype decks. Golem Beatdown. Golem decks are costly and rely heavily on pumps, so as long as you keep on destroying pumps and pressuring them on the other lane with mini pushes with Dark Prince and Ice Spirit, which can be ignored, you can easily win because the opponent can build up a strong push and the lone golem will be killed by Mini Pekka easily. Hog Log Bait. Easy but annoying matchups. Keep Zap reserved for barrels and be aware of the occasional deep barrels they may use against you. They mostly push with Hog plus Goblin Gang, which can be countered by Ice Wizard and Mini Pekka. They counter Pekka and Mini Pekka with Skarmy, so keep your Ice Wizard or Dark Prince behind the tanks. Graveyard. Keep your Dark Prince reserved for Graveyard. However, it is difficult to damage without Dark Prince. Another technique is outcycling them quickly with your cheap troops after pushing with Pekka plus Dark Prince and recycling back to Lightning. This tactic is a bit risky though. Pros of the deck. Very cheap cycle. Easy to use. Best defense with Mini Pekka, Ice Wizard and Ice Spirit. Shines into elixir time. It is very good for this deck if there is 1 or more pumps there. Cons of the deck. Not effective against spawner and spell beat decks. If Golem and Giant gain huge elixir advantage, then it is hard to get their tower. Weak against air decks. Conclusion. In simple way, the deck is super fun to play. You do need to learn how to play this deck because it has a bit of a skill cap, but when you do learn how to play with it, you can consistently defeat quite a lot of other decks with relative ease. That's it for now. Any questions, comments, or insults? Post them in the comments below. I hope you like my guide and have a clash-tastic day. If you like my video, then like and share. Keep supporting me to more Clash Royale decks. For this you need to subscribe to my channel. Every best deck for you. I hope you like my guide and have a better day. See you in next meta guide. Stay tuned. Peace.
لا هلا اجا الزعيم العظيم
على دين مدفقر.
لا 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 الشعب يقول اني حاكم كريم.
ايوه تعرفون من هالشخص يا